What's up guys, this is RB on Two Wheels. So today I'm going to be reacting to one of the videos which was sent to me by one of my fellow biker. It's about a young guy, a young rider who was killed on the highway because of something stupid. So let us watch it together and I'll be reacting to it. All right, let's go.
When that shooting shut down I-35W in Fort Worth, and tonight we know a lot more from police and the driver who heard the gunfire on Friday afternoon. Aaron Jones reports for us tonight, all new at 10 o'clock.
Wayla was driving down I-35 near Heritage Trace Parkway last Friday afternoon when a motorcycle flew by him between lanes of traffic.
Okay, so when they say between lanes of traffic, that means this rider here was doing lane splitting.
Man, just a few seconds later, I hear some gunshots. Everyone slammed on their brakes, and I was only about 3 cars behind where it happened.
He says a motorcyclist, now identified as 19-year-old Jaderick Gray of Bedford, started asking other drivers for help. He had a trauma kit on hand.
So the good thing, this rider here had a trauma kit with him. That's a good idea. So I give it to him.
So he got out of his car and attempted to treat his wounds.
The guy was wanting to, he's like in pain. Oh, it hurts. I need to breathe, you know.
He says police and paramedics arrived about 3 minutes later. Gray was flown to a nearby hospital where he died. Through investigation, Fort Worth police have learned more about what led up to the incident. They say a driver attempted to change lanes without seeing Gray on his motorcycle. Gray then passed several cars ahead of that driver, parked, walked back to the driver, and pointed a handgun at them.
Okay, so this is the mistake the rider did. You know, they say, according to the news, they say the driver was cut him off, and the rider was able to go around the car and proceed with his riding, but somewhere he decided to park his motorcycle and come back and confront the driver with a gun. That was a bad move on the biker, because in America people have a right to keep and bear arms. So always think before you act, okay? If you're carrying a firearm, you know that the other person you're trying to approach is also carrying a firearm. Just think like that, okay? You have to think like a cop. If the person you're approaching with a gun, you have to assume that that person also is carrying a firearm, because like I said, in America, if you are a permanent resident or a US citizen, you have a right to keep and bear arms. That is, if you don't have a criminal record or if you are not a felony, okay? So now, this biker here, that was the big mistake he did. Let's continue.
The driver says they told Gray to put down his gun. There were kids in the car. As Gray continued to approach, not listening, the driver fired several shots.
Okay, so now here we know the driver told the rider to put the gun down. Okay, according to the news, because I wasn't there, so I can't tell for fact that that's what happened, and the driver didn't have a gun pointed at the rider first. So if the rider is the one who pointed the gun at the driver, then the driver, according to me, he was justified to shoot the biker, because he feared for his life and also the life of his kids, because like the news says, there were kids in the car. So to me, that was a justified shooting, and I would do this. I would do the same if I was in that situation. The biker made a mistake. That is, if the driver didn't draw the gun first.
There's no doubt that, you know, he parked his bike, got off of it, and went and approached, you know, the other vehicle. Now, who started it? I don't know. Who flashed the gun first? I don't.
Now, why would you park your bike, okay, and then go back and confront someone? You have already went out of the situation. Just keep riding, okay? He's not the first person to go through that. all bikers have been cut off, and we don't just park our bikes and we go back and confront the person who cut us off. We may be pissed, we can look at them or do hand gestures and we just move on. So in this case, if he parked his bike several distance away from the driver and he walked back to his car, that was a bad move.
Don't know, but we know that, ultimately it had a tragic outcome that could have been avoided.
Valenzuela says he'll think about this every time he's on the road.
Definitely puts a different, perspective on road rage once you witness something so traumatic like that.
In Fort Worth, Aaron Jones, CBS 11 News.
Okay, so now you have it. The rider, if everything the news and the witness is saying is true, then the rider messed up big time, and it's not good that he lost his life. No one deserves to lose their life in such a way the biker did. But what do we learn from this? What we learn from this is never confront anyone, okay, with a gun. Always assume that the person you're trying to confront with a gun may also be carrying a firearm, and you don't know the mental you don't know the mental status of the person you're trying to approach. So always, just if you get out of the situation, just keep riding, just mind your own business, keep going. Okay, you may look at the driver and maybe do some hand gestures to let them know that what they did wasn't good and you are not happy about it. But when your bike is still moving, okay, so it's too bad that this guy lost his life. Rest in peace, my fellow rider. But we have to learn from this. Always just play it cool. If someone cuts you off and nothing happens, keep going, keep going. You don't need to lose your life because of this stupid thing. That wasn't called for. He was safe already because he passed the vehicle and everything was good, but he decided to park his motorcycle and go back and confront the rider, which was a bad move according to me. So if you have something on you're riding your bike and something happens to you and you feel that it's illegal, you have your phone, just call 911 because they are there to protect and serve, even if the Supreme Court disagrees, because the Supreme Court says the police has no duty to protect you. Okay, so all right, that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, RB on Two Wheels is out, but please, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing, and I will see you on the other side. Until then, ride safe and don't approach people if they do something bad to you. Just keep moving.